In today's video, we'll be talking about the benefits and the downside of working with an educational agency as a supply teacher, a cover supervisor, and a teaching assistant in the UK. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Omowumi. I'm a supply teacher in the UK. And in today's video, I'll be sharing with you the benefits of working with an educational agency, and as a supply teacher, a cover supervisor, or a teaching assistant in the UK. So I'm going to talk about the benefits. I'm going to talk about the downside, which is like the disadvantages. Okay, let's say advantages and disadvantages of working with educational agencies in the UK. In some of my videos, I've talked about working with educational agency as supply, how you can get into the teaching system, working with an educational agency, how you can work yourself working with an educational agency, which I shared in the last video before I uploaded this one. So today I'll be talking about the benefits and the disadvantages of working with an educational agency. So let's dive into the video. So the first part we're going to talk about are the benefits of working with educational agency in the UK. As a supply teacher, in some of my videos, I've explained what a supply teacher is, what a cover supervisor is, and what a teaching assistant is. So these educational agencies actually supply teaching assistants to schools, supply cover supervisors to schools, and supply teachers to school. So in I think my two or three videos before now, I've explained each of these roles and how they differs. So in today's video, we'll just be talking about the benefits of these three roles. Yeah, because it has the same benefits and the same disadvantages. Yeah, so I'll just talk about the benefits and the disadvantages. So let's dive into the benefits first, and then we talk about the disadvantages. So the first benefit of working with an educational agency. I work with educational agencies, so I know the benefit and I know the disadvantages of working with educational agencies. So the first benefit is experience. Yeah, that's the first thing, is experience. I got enough of experience working with educational agency. I started working with educational agency when I was in Lincolnshire, and that actually helped me a lot to know what the teaching role is. Coming from my country, it is way different from how we teach in my country. It's different from the way things are taught here. Fine, we use I would say we use almost the same curriculum. Yeah, but the way we teach, the classroom management, it differs. So coming into that system, it's kind of need a lot of experience. You starting off with that, coming into that system, you need a lot of experience. So starting with an educational agency, that was a good start for me. That was a good start for me to get enough experience I would like to get. Yes. So experience is the first benefit you get from educational agency. You'll be supplied to school as a cover supervisor, even if you're starting as a teaching assistant, because there are a lot of people that I would say are afraid of going into the supply teaching role, whereby they will be like, oh, I don't know how the curriculum is, I don't know how the teaching is, I don't know how the classroom management will go about. So even starting with a teaching assistant with an educational agency, this is a perfect way to get all the experience you have, because you'll be in the classroom. You'll be in the classroom with a main teacher. So you see how the teacher will teach, you see how the teacher will manage the classroom, and from there you're gaining your experience. Even if you want to further move to a cover supervisor role, you already have that experience, at least with what you have seen in the classroom. You already have the experience. Even if you want to upgrade to a supply teacher role, you already have the experience. And even if you want to if you're comfortable with the teaching assistant role, you already have the experience. So experience is the first benefit, and it is, well, experience is the key. Yeah, so it's the first benefit, and which is very, very good. It helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot. Yes, so that is the first benefit. And the second benefit is flexibility. Yeah, flexibility. This is also a very great benefit, because working with educational agency, you are not tied to any employer. Yeah, You're not tied to any employer. You're flexible. I have friends that work like 4 times a week. Yes, working as a supply teacher or a cover supervisor or a teaching assistant, you can determine, yes, you can determine when you want to work. You can decide, okay, I want to work Monday, Wednesdays, Friday. You can work your way around your family, especially if you have children, like if you have kids, you can work your way around it. You can work your way around your partner's job. Working with educational agency, you can decide, okay, probably my partner work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, I will work Mondays and Fridays. So, or probably your partner work in the weekend, then you can work in the weekdays in schools. So it is very flexible. It is very flexible. And if you want to work full time, that is okay. I work full time. If you want to work like Monday to Friday, that is great. But it is very flexible. Very, very flexible. You can decide to work 3 times a week, twice a week, depending on your flexibility. So that is also a great advantage. And the third advantage is you can choose the schools you want to work with. Yes, you can choose the schools you would like to work with. For me, there are some schools in which I told my educational agency I won't be going back to some certain schools for my personal reasons. Yeah, so you can choose the schools you want to work with. You can choose the time you want to work, like I've said. So this is another benefit, choosing the schools you would like to work with. Yeah, choosing the schools you like, that's another benefit. That means you are not tied to anybody. You're not going to like a school every day. Like you're not going to just one school. Okay, you're working in this school every day. You can decide, okay, you want to work in the primary section. That is what I mean. You can decide if you want to work in the secondary section. You can decide if you want to work in the college. So you have that advantage to also choose the school you would like to work with. And the fourth benefit is that you get paid weekly. Yes, you get paid weekly. Unlike if you're working permanently in a school, you get paid monthly. But for educational agency, you get your pay weekly. If you work this week, you get your pay the following week. So that is another, well, to some people it might not be an advantage, but to some it can be an advantage. You get paid weekly. If you work Monday to Friday this week, you get paid the following week. That is how it works with educational agency. And another benefit is classroom management. Yes, because you learn a lot in managing the classroom. If you work with educational agency, you learn a lot. Yeah, you learn a lot. Either from, if you're working as a teaching assistant, you can learn from the main teacher how she manage her classroom. From there, I've seen a lot of people move from teaching assistant to being a teacher in a school. So that is also categorized under experience. So you learn a lot with working with educational agencies, whereby you're supplied to school as a teacher, a cover supervisor, or a teaching assistant. And the fifth benefit is that you can get your permanent role. Yes, if you're interested in getting in a permanent role in a school, you can get your permanent role through working with an educational agency, because you will be supplied to different schools. Yes, you'll be supplied to different schools, and you've been supplied to different school. The school might actually need you for a certain role that is opened in the school, and you can apply because you're already in the school. They already know how you work. They already know how you teach. Or if you're a cover supervisor, they already know how you cover the classes, the subjects. They already know how you assist in the classroom if you're a teaching assistant. So you applying for a permanent role, you definitely be on their top list because they already know how you work. So that is another benefit, getting your permanent role. I've seen a lot of people got their permanent role through working with educational agencies. So those are the benefits of working with educational agencies. And the other part of the video in which I'll talk about the disadvantages is that the first disadvantage of working with educational agency is that you don't get paid during the holiday. Yeah, no pay during the holidays. So during the half-term break, you won't get paid. During the Christmas holiday, you will not get paid. During the summer holiday, for the 6-week summer holiday, you will not get paid. And I think during the Easter holiday, yeah, you will not get paid. So that is one downside of working with educational agencies. You don't get paid during the holiday. Yeah, you don't get paid. Another disadvantage is just that some people don't like, they like working in a particular school. With educational agency, you can be supplied to different schools. Yes, you can be supplied to different schools, though there are some that have a long time contract whereby you'll be in a school for months, or you'll be in a school for the whole section, or you'll be in a school for the whole term, or you'll be in a school for the first half term. There are some educational agencies that does that you'll be contracted in a school, whereby there are some whereby they'll put all of them actually will post you at first when you start working with them to different schools. So when you're going to different schools, then the schools will now send back their report about you. Okay, we love this person. We love this how this person covered the classes if you're a cover supervisor. We love how the person teach if you're a supply teacher, or we all love how this person assists in the classroom if you're a teaching assistant. So they'll keep requesting you, and then you can get a long-term role through that, whereby you'll be in one school for the whole term, the whole session, or for the first half term. So one of the downside is going from one school to the another. If you're not someone that is flexible, that can adapt into going to different schools, you might find this difficult. But if you're someone that adapts easily with new things, yeah, let me just put it that way, then you'll be fine. Because when you get to different schools, you have to like find your way around the school, go through their safeguarding policy and rules and all that. So that is another downside of working with educational agency. Well, also another downside is that there is no entitlement in the school. If you're a permanent teacher in a school, you are entitled to free lunch, free lunch in school. But if you're a supply teacher from educational agency, or a cover supervisor, or a teaching assistant, you need to have your lunch, your packed lunch, or you pay when you get lunch from school. You have to pay when you get lunch from school. Fine, some schools are are nice enough to give you once in a while. If you're a long contract with them, once in a while they can give you free lunch on hospitality, but that will not be every day of the week. Yeah, so you just have to have your packed lunch. So those are the downside. No entitlements. You're just going there to do your job and then you leave. So that is another downside of working with educational agency. So these are the benefits and the downsides of working with educational agencies. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. See you later, guys. Bye.